the big game for all of you early on, and obviously particularly for you, Damian, was distribution. And that continues. I was at Podcast Movement in Denver earlier this week. Launched something with a client called Pfaff TV with Podcast One TV and others. So it's bringing vodcast content into FAST. So there's more innovation happening every day in FAST. But I think that, Damian, I mean, what's interesting is a lot of people think, well, yeah, I've heard of these guys, Revry, and what they're doing. They've got these brands. They're FAST. This isn't subscription. This isn't even AVOD. How do you do that? And shout out to our mutual friend John Lear for his show. But are you finding that producers, like John and others, are coming to you saying, I see something really, both subversive and also very clever in that strategy of pulling people in who have disposable income, brands who want to attach themselves because there's an audience, not because they just like throwing cash around. But you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you find other people who are looking to, pay you flattery by imitation, or like where is that going?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that we did is we built distribution and built audience. We're over 5 million monthly active viewers across all of our apps and channels, with like almost 80% of that coming exclusively from our FAST channel partners. And we leveraged the opportunity to sell that inventory at really high CPMs. We're selling at the height during Pride season at $50, $60 CPMs, the entry point being 35, because we're a very affluent market. We have the most amount of scale of video inventory in CTV addressing this market, and we've not been challenged. We're really the thought leader in this space. And I think the biggest thing is brands are looking for other ways to tap audiences. Content, outside of just buying inventory, content being the most effective way, and having great content, obviously that takes the cake. Where our original programming is completely underwritten by brands, de-risking all of the opportunity, us owning all of that IP, and the brands seeing upwards of, we just had an Adweek article I put in the chat come out last week, where we announced—
Put it back.
Yeah. Oh, I'll drop it back in. I know it was in our previous conversation, but we did over 1.5 million views in 2 weeks for a Vogue competition show that was completely underwritten by Henkel's Got to Be brand, the hair gel and hair dye, which I'm wearing right now, and Nike, which I'm also wearing right now. I obviously like to support all the brands that support us.
Okay, we're on the red carpet. Who are you wearing?
And shout out to John Lear and Mark and Linda, Triple Threat Productions. We're seeing multi-Emmy award-winning producers. Mark has 5 Emmys for Queer Eye. He's nominated currently. Linda having one for Key and Peele, currently nominated for Black Lady Sketch Comedy Show. Producers from traditional media are trying to get into the FAST market and the AVOD market and work with, networks like Revry, because they see us scaling our business, scaling our original content opportunity, working with brands, and creating, we only create unscripted content from an original standpoint. Right. And seeing opportunity with like Drag Latina, which Triple Threat is producing for us right now. We did 1 million live impressions when we announced that show, when we actually premiered season 1 last fall, and they're producing season 2 right now as we speak in Los Angeles.